Oh, you're self-anointing yourself the dream customer?
A little bit.
Okay. So I'll just read this part again because this is a double text here. It says, great, I'll drop in the morning and put your name on the night drop envelope. Thank you. And then you said, do you need a credit card from me to order the tires? What made you ask that? I just want to make sure, get in?
Yeah, so that should be I get in and out in one day.
Let's make sure, get in. Get in. And out in a day.
It's funny when you read my typos.
I just want to make sure, get in and out in a day.
Yep. And then so what's
he says, no, you're good. You're doing a lot of work here.
Yeah.
I would never do this amount of
I understand, but I really wanted to get my car in and out in a day. So yesterday I texted to make sure.
Why do you want to get it in and out in a day?
Because we switched cars. She's taking the BMW and putting all the miles on it to do her thing. I don't want miles on my car.
Because she drives to San Diego
yes,
for work?
Exactly.
Okay. Hi, Alex. Hope you had a great weekend. Just confirming we are a go for tomorrow's tire appointment. I didn't get an appointment reminder like I usually do. He said, correct. And then you said, thank you. So then you go, and I'm going to guess the punchline to this.
So drop it off, 6:45, night drop envelope, and then 7:10 I get my first phone call.
7:10 in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Have
you ever talked to him that early before?
I never talked to him before.
Oh, so now we're past text.
Yes, and
now
I'm like,
we get the real.
So when I see the phone
deal?
number come up, what do you think? I know already. I know.
You had you can tell by how many times you asked that you had a premonition.
I did.
Okay.
So
they don't have.
He calls me.
Do they have the Dunlops?
Yeah. So he's like, "Was it the Dunlops you wanted?" And I'm like, "This son of a gun."
You don't like Dunlops?
No, I just know that. No, it's the Yokohamas. So, but what he was saying is, was it the Dunlops? Like, oh yeah, I forgot that I said Yokohama Dunlop. Really close words. But I'm like, no, it's the Yokohamas that we talked about in the text. And I verified and then verified again. And he's like, yeah, they sold those over the weekend.
Sure they did.
Whatever. So he couldn't tell me last night when I confirmed. And he's like, hey, so can you just bring the car back on Thursday? And I'm like, my whole point to doing this was a one day in and out. And I literally said, I'm like, I don't know how I could have made this any easier. Like, can you think of a customer that ever did this much work for you?
No, that's crazy.
So I do think that I'm a pretty good customer.
I would have walked back and had them held in the parts. I would have said I have some coming in, hold those. Yeah. I would have because sometimes I wrote service at places where the parts managers were a pain in the ass. I would have created an RO and had them put it on the RO.
Especially if I was willing to pay for them or whatever, right? So my head went to, like, if I really wanted to get this done, I would have had to have bypassed the advisor altogether, called the parts department, bought the tires.
Well, that's usually how I do it as a customer.
So
I make friends with somebody in parts.
Yeah, so this is what I should have done. I should have called the parts department directly and had the appointment and set the appointment myself. Because the other thing I'd almost guarantee, I bet he never put an appointment for me in the system.
Well, of course not. You didn't get a reminder.
I didn't get a reminder, so then I didn't get an appointment in the system.
By the way, this dealership is owned by one of the big auto groups.
It is.
So it's not like a locally owned thing.
And it just the whole thing kind of just got me thinking about, like, remember a couple of weeks ago we were talking about where, like, they did that monitoring of people calling and, like, 25% hung up without setting an appointment. Like,
oh, yeah.
This is a good example of, like, everyone's like, oh, you got to sell tires and alignments and all that stuff. And then, like, people are begging you to do it. And we still drop the ball.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Service Job Revolution. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.